So, as a divorce attorney, I talk a lot about the marriage crisis and how it's hard for young people to get married, it's hard for people to stay married, and when we're divorcing, our divorces are costing a lot more. There's a lot more animosity, a lot more impact on the kids. But this marriage issue, this marriage crisis, is so much more than just a marriage crisis. It's really a family crisis. And you can see how this marriage crisis starts from the family crisis. The way that we are growing up, very atomized, very much in our own world. We have our own rooms. We don't have to really deal with siblings. Our parents take care of everything for us. We're not eating dinners together. We don't know the schedule of our family members. Husbands don't know where the wife's at. The wife doesn't know where the husband's at. People thinking about their career more than anything else, right? It doesn't matter if I have to move. It doesn't matter if I'm going to live in the middle of Bufu amongst a bunch of non-Muslims. It doesn't matter, right? All that matters is that my career, my self-fulfillment. And so this crisis of family, this crisis of individualism, this crisis of marriage and being able to train ourselves in a way to actually interact with others and actually care for others and actually have empathy and sympathy is just a big crisis. So it's not even like a marriage crisis or a family crisis. It's like a human crisis, in the sense that we've lost our basic human decency of being able to control our anger, or being able to communicate, or being able to look out for others, or sacrifice for the greater good, or that social contract, or really just thinking anything beyond ourselves has had such a negative impact on society. And I don't know how to really combat that, right? And we've seen kind of this issue of institutions coming in to take the place of services and goods that were provided by the family and the community. And that's kind of what we're trying to do with Oasis, right? Is we're trying to use Oasis as a institution to try to plug in the gaps of what family is supposed to provide, right? Family's supposed to provide safety, a place of identity where your values come from, a culture, a etiquette, manners, and if we can supplant that through an institution, through programming, through having people come together in their demographics to make those connections, so that they learn how to be intimate with others, so that they learn how to interact with others, so that they can find somebody to marry in person rather than through online, where you don't really develop any relationship, or you really don't know the background of this person. So an institution like Oasis, to help attack this marriage crisis, this family crisis, this human crisis, is just really bringing it back to socialization, where we've turned so much towards capitalism and our careers and identifying with our careers, that we've just lost sense of what socialization and community actually brings to a human being. And without that social component, your Islam suffers, your deen suffers. And so I think all that kind of goes hand in hand, right? That if we're able to build a institution that can facilitate and fosters community, which in turn connects you to people of faith and people who are connected to Allah, people who are connected to Islam, this family and friendship crisis can help fuel and fix the faith crisis. Again, if you have stable relationships, if you have a stable upbringing, if you have stable marriages, if you have a stable family, a stable home life, then that provides you the stability that you need to actually be a good Muslim and to practice Islam. So, yeah, I don't know where that rant came from. Just something on my mind, and lasted a whole lot longer than I thought it would. But just some thoughts on this whole family crisis and marriage crisis and the sorry state that we're in, and how can we as Muslims and Islam be the antidote to the problems that the modern day culture is facing. until next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.